She said she was going out with a friend from work. That's all, just those words, tossed casually over her shoulder as she grabbed her purse and keys. 9 years of marriage, and I could tell when something was off. Sarah wasn't just vague, she was calculated. No name, no gender, no "you remember Rachel from accounting?" or just grabbing a bite with Ben from finance. Just a friend. I watched her as she paused at the mirror by the door. She checked her lipstick twice and adjusted the necklace I bought her last anniversary. Not a word about where they were going. I forced a smile and said, "Have fun," while my gut clenched like a fist. The kids were in bed, the house quiet, but my mind was anything but. I told myself I was being paranoid, overthinking, like I sometimes do when work stress spills into home life. But the silence between us lately wasn't just stress. It was distance. It had shape. It had weight. She used to talk to me about everything. Her coworkers, annoying clients, her dreams of starting her own design studio someday. But lately, dinners were quiet. Her phone lit up more than her eyes did when she looked at me. I sat on the couch, TV remote in hand, but I couldn't focus. I stared at the screen without watching. 20 minutes passed, then an hour. I texted her, "All good." Nothing. Waited 10 more minutes and called. No answer. Voicemail. I told myself she was just caught up in conversation. Maybe the place had bad reception. Maybe she left her phone in her purse, but the doubt was already alive, slithering through my thoughts. So I stood up, grabbed my jacket, and got in the car. She'd said the name of a restaurant once last week, somewhere they liked for office dinners. I remembered the place, drove there, parked, waited. Her car wasn't in the lot. I was about to leave when something caught my eye through the rain-blurred windshield. Across the street, on the patio of a different bistro, sat Sarah, laughing, leaning in too close. Her hand rested on the forearm of a man who definitely wasn't from her side of the family. He reached for her chin, tilted her face up, and then kissed her, right there, public, confident, intimate. I didn't move, didn't blink, just watched my wife kiss a man I didn't know, like I hadn't been home with her an hour ago, like we hadn't built a whole life together. I didn't go up to them, didn't storm the patio or scream or make a scene. I just sat there, parked in that lot, until they went inside. And then I drove home. I got home 15 minutes before she did. Parked around the block so she wouldn't see my car in the driveway. I sat in the dark living room, lit only by the digital clock on the oven and the dull orange glow of the street light leaking through the curtains. At 12:03 a.m., the front door opened. Her heels tapped across the entryway. I heard the soft rustle of her coat as she slipped it off and hung it by the stairs. She moved quietly, assuming everyone was asleep. I didn't speak right away. I let the silence stretch. She stepped into the living room and jumped when she saw me sitting there. Her smile was automatic, reflexive, like a switch she forgot how to turn off. "Hi, babe," she said. "You're still up." I looked at her, my voice calm. Who was he? It was instant. The color drained from her face like water running down a drain. That fake smile cracked, and she looked like she'd forgotten how to speak. She tried to play dumb first. "What are you talking about? You weren't at the place you said you'd be." I checked. Still, she tried to dance around it. Plans changed. I didn't think it was a big deal. I didn't raise my voice, didn't flinch. "I saw you, Sarah, across the street, on the patio, with him." She sat down like her legs gave out. "Daniel." I didn't move. I wasn't planning on. It wasn't supposed to go that far. I shook my head slowly. "So you admit it?" She put her face in her hands. "His name is Jason. He works in marketing. It was just God. I don't even know what it was." "You kissed him." Her voice cracked. "I know. For how long has it been happening?" Silence. Her breathing stuttered. "Then, a few months." I stood up then, not out of rage, out of finality. She looked up, eyes wet. "I didn't plan to fall for him," she whispered. I laughed, bitter and soft. "You don't trip and fall into someone's mouth." I was lonely, she said. You've been distant, wrapped up in work. I felt invisible. I nodded. So instead of talking to me, you lit a match and tossed it at everything we built. Tears slid down her cheeks. I'm sorry. I swear, I am. You're sorry I found out, I said. Not sorry you did it. That shut her up. She started pleading then, reaching for my hand, crying harder. Please, Daniel, we have a family. This doesn't have to end us. I pulled my hand away. You ended us the moment you chose him. I walked past her, up the stairs. My legs felt like stone, every step heavier than the last. She stayed downstairs, sobbing into the silence. I didn't go back. I couldn't. The next morning, the sun rose like it didn't care. Same way it always did. Light spilled through the blinds while our marriage, sat in ruins on the kitchen floor. I didn't sleep that night. Just lay on the edge of our bed, staring at the ceiling, listening to her soft crying from down the hall. Every few minutes she would pause, like she thought I might come down. I never did. By 7 a.m., I was showered, dressed, and had my suitcase half packed. She came to the doorway, her face swollen and red, holding a mug of coffee like it was an olive branch. Daniel, she said, like my name still meant something sacred to her. I'm staying at Adam's, I said without looking up. You don't have to go, please. Can we just talk? We did, I said, last night. That was the truth. Everything after that is damage control. Her hands trembled as she set the mug down on the dresser. Don't do this. For the kids. We can fix it. I zipped the bag. I am doing this for the kids, because they deserve to grow up seeing what self-respect looks like. I won't let them think this lying, sneaking round, emotional cowardice is normal marriage behavior. She broke again. Her knees hit the carpet as she whispered, it was never about love. I never stopped loving you. I finally looked at her. Really looked. Then why didn't you fight for me before Jason? Why did you let silence grow instead of speaking up? She had no answer, just tears. I would have forgiven you for being unhappy, I said, but I can't forgive you for cheating. A moment passed. Heavy, real. I picked up my bag and walked to the door. Before leaving, I turned back once. She looked so small in that moment, a shell of the woman I'd built a life with. I loved you enough to notice something was wrong, I said. You didn't love me enough to tell me. Then I left. 2 weeks later, I was on my brother's couch, half listening to a game I didn't care about. My phone buzzed. Sarah. Again. I didn't answer. I knew what she'd say. She always said the same things. Let's talk. I miss you. I made a mistake. She never said what I really wanted to hear. I understand if you can't come back, because deep down, I think she still believed this was temporary, that I'd come around. But here's the truth no one likes to admit. Love doesn't survive betrayal. Not always. Not when it was blind trust that made love possible in the first place. I still love her. I probably always will. But I can't unsee what I saw. Can't unfeel that moment on the patio, her face glowing for someone else. Sometimes, the hardest truth is the quietest one. Loyalty isn't love. Love isn't loyalty. And when trust dies, love dies with it. So here I am, 39 years old, a half-full suitcase, a lawyer on retainer, and 2 little kids who don't know their family just changed forever. And yet, I feel something I haven't felt in months. Clarity.